Hey guys, welcome back to round 2 of F&M Legacy event here at General Games in Caulfield, Melbourne. My name's Zach, I'm here with Lachlan. How are you, man?
I'm going well, thank you.
That's awesome. So we're cutting into round 2, feature match. We're watching Blue Red Delver and Turbo Depths facing off. We've got Scott McPherson on Turbo Depths. And just grabbing the name of the second player there. I think I missed that one. Here we got Matt Vaughan. They've both just crushed their first games. This is going to be an interesting matchup. We've seen Scott come second at a Legacy Rumble a couple of weeks ago with what I assume is the very same deck, and Blue Red Delver being a big staple of the format. How do you think this matchup's going to go, Lockie?
Yeah, it's going to go real fast or real slow. I saw Scott defending his Merit Large in the previous round with Not of This World against his opponent's Mazavith.
That's an awesome deck.
So we're going to see some spicy tribal sorceries, I think.
That's great. So Not of This World is a counterspell if it targets a creature with 7 or higher, is that right?
Yeah. I think it's power 7 or higher, it costs 0. And it counters a spell or ability that targets that creature. So it's kind of like a kind of like Ranger's Guile kind of hexproof effect.
That's great.
Yep.
All right, players just shuffling up, getting into the groove.
I'm not even really sure what Matt has to defend against the combination besides his opposing counterspells, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe he can like stall out enough to land a Jace. I'm not sure if he's got the Mind Sculptor in his deck.
Yeah, we'll hopefully see some deck lists in a second. Looks like Scott's on the play. I think Matt with a Delver deck is probably running Wastelands as his main way of interacting with Scott's deck.
Definitely, yeah.
Assumably running the main suite of counter magic to hit stuff like Crop Rotation and Expedition Map.
Yep.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, the Turbo Depths deck is essentially trying to make a 2020 Indestructible Flyer with a combination of Merit Large, with Dark Depths and Thespian Stage or Vampire Hex Mage.
Yeah.
Do you want to run us through how that works, Lockie?
Yeah, so basically the Hex Mage can sacrifice itself to remove all counters from target permanent, and Dark Depths, handily enough, comes in with 10 ice counters.
Okay.
And when all 10 are removed, so when the last one is removed, has no counters on it, you sacrifice it, and you put a 2020 token into play that's indestructible and has flying. It's legendary.
Okay,
Merit Large. Yep.
So we see Scott leading with the Expedition Map, which can search for a land.
Just getting straight up Force of Will by Matt Vaughan. Yeah.
He's not having that. Because Matt doesn't have many ways to interact with Scott's cards, so when he does see a spell he can counter, I think he's going to.
Yeah, definitely. It's very hard to interact with a combo that's almost 90% land-based.
Yeah.
It's just like you get an interesting tension between Scott having a Thespian Stage and a Dark Depths in play, because there's 2 points at which Matt can kind of interact in that scenario. He can either interact by Wasteland in response to the activation, or he can Wasteland in response to the state-based trigger of the Thespian Stage without counters.
Right. Okay.
The second one might be a little more risky, as it opens yourself up to a little more interaction on Scott's path. But either way, having a Wasteland in play is definitely going to be something Matt is interested in doing.
So we see Matt leading off with the first turn Delver, which is what he wants to be doing 90% of the time.
Definitely, yep.
Doesn't seem to have any Wastelands or anything in hand. He's looking at a Gitaxian Probe, Bolt, Monastery Swiftspear, and a Grim Lavamancer there.
Yeah,
strong aggressive start.
Saving that Gitaxian Probe for a turn in which he can have a Swiftspear in play to get that extra point of prowess damage.
Yeah, for sure. Scott's looking at a Sylvan Scrying in his hand and a Crop Rotation.
Yeah, got a Thespian Sage there.
He's got the Sage there too.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not sure what that other card is. It might be another copy of Sylvan Scrying. I think he deployed that Lotus Petal, thinking about maybe Daze, just playing around that Daze.
Yeah, okay. It does look like Scott is on his way to assembling his combo.
Yep. So we're going to see this Verdant Catacombs fight off, getting himself a green source. A straight up Bayou. I mean, does the Turbo Depths deck play basic lands?
I'm not sure what Scott's running. I think he's just running a straight black-green variant.
I do see a main deck Pithing Needle there as a nod to Wasteland.
Oh, wow. Yeah, for sure.
He's got that plan well in mind. Just reminding him to tap his lands there.
Yeah, I guess Wasteland is such a staple in the Legacy format. So many decks run it.
Yep.
That you've got to feel a bit like you're taking a big risk bringing in a land-based deck.
Line flipping that Delver there.
What a champ.
Off a Chain Lightning. Not really what he was hoping for. He wouldn't have minded a Brainstorm there, I think. But hopefully he'll find another land off this Gataxian Probe and just be able to keep the pressure coming. Yeah, that's another Sylvan Scrying there.
Yeah,
just the
cool.
promo art there. So this is very, very important information for Matt as well. Being able to see that Scott does in fact have the combination in hand. He has the Dark Depths, he has the Thespian Sage. He even has additional copies of both cards in the form of Crop Rotation and Sylvan Scrying. So Matt's going to be trying to get Scott dead as quickly as possible because he knows within 2 turns there's going to be a 20-20.
That's right.
Another benefit of that Delver flipping being blind, he's able to block Marit Large, which is provides a very valuable turn, albeit at the cost of a 3/2 flyer.
All right, Matt's seeing another Swift Spear off the top, which could be big in...
if he's able to draw a land,
yeah.
Play the Swift Spear, Chain Lightning in the face. That's an extra kind of 5 points of damage out of nowhere that Scott might not be thinking about. I'm not sure what kind of utility Scott has here in the form of maybe lands that interact with kind of like Glacial Chasm, like Ray of Maze of Ith kind of ability. But using the Crop Rotation here is going to speed up his combo a lot. So he's able to make Marit Large next turn.
Next turn, yeah, that's right.
That's a brave play. Seeing that the Sylvan Scrying was not Force of Willed, and he didn't seem concerned about getting dazed there.
Yeah, Scott not knowing what we know, in that Matt doesn't have many ways to interact with his spells at the moment. But I think he's a skilled enough player to recognise that I think the coast might have been clear.
Yep.
Just go for it.
And just firing it off here before Matt is able to draw a Wasteland and threaten to disrupt him, just popping that token into play.
All right, what did Matt see off the top of his deck there?
I think it's just another, maybe a fetch. He's going to put something in the battlefield. No, that's a Swift Spear. I think he did not. Just another Swift Spear. All right, well, he's got Swift Spears out the wazoo, but that's not going to stop Marit Large, especially when if he plays it, he's really only able to attack for 1 here, which is not good. 13 is not 0. Yeah,
a bit of a tough spot for Matt.
Yes, yeah. I don't think I can really see any way out of this for him. Not even attacking there. I don't think he really can.
So he blocks the Marit Large this turn. Then he's got some power on board.
Yeah, maybe he can pull something together. I don't know. Like
maybe with another land, he might almost get there.
What he has: Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning for 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, he's close. He's close. Yeah,
very close.
It's a lot closer than you think it would be.
Oh, he sees a Gitaxian Probe off the top there. That's huge.
Now he's wondering whether he should play the 3rd Swift Spear.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if he gets the 3rd Swift Spear down, that's Probe is 6 damage.
Yes.
The Chain Lightning is another 6, so that's lethal. If he's able to deploy the Swift Spear
and see a land off the probe.
And to see a land off the probe, yeah, he can get there. That's pretty exciting.
How would you feel if you're Scott and you get ripped off after making this 20-20 by a top deck of a
I feel great, honestly. Feel great. Yeah, feels good. Feels good.
All right.
I feel like in this scenario, you just flip it, right?
Yeah.
Like you're dead regardless, so you just need to flip that little land off the top. Let's do it.
Oh, the anticipation is killing me.
Oh! He drew the land! Oh! And you can see from Scott's hand, there's nothing coming to disrupt this.
This is Matt's game.
Oh. Turns out when you draw all 3 copies of a card.
Yeah.
If that card is a Monastery Swift Spear and you're filled with burn spells and probes, you'll have a good time. Boy, I bet Scott did not see losing this game from 14 life. Definitely didn't see losing this game from 14 life. Bolt to the face. Yeah.
Yeah, wow, that's game 1.
All right. What an exciting conclusion.
For sure.
Wow. Crazy stuff.
3 Swift Spears beating down.
Just unbelievable.
Over the top of Marit Large. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Awesome game. Oh, so what do you think these players are going to sideboard in? I don't think we've seen their sideboard list yet.
I'm not really sure what Blue Red Delver has. Maybe they have a Chain of Vapor.
Yeah.
Maybe they have some kind of Into the Royal, some kind of bounce spell, like a Repeal would be gas, like get to draw a card, disfuse the combo. I'm not sure if it seems like Matt's list is quite aggressive.
Yeah.
Playing the Chain Lightnings, playing the Grim Lavamancers. I expect those Lavamancers to come out of the deck as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because they're just like that's about grinding out a game, right? So and this game is if it's a grind fest, I think Matt's firmly in the driver's seat in that scenario.
Yeah.
Scott, again, he has that main deck pick in the middle, and maybe he has more on the board. Maybe he's thinking about some kind of Glacial Chasm Maze of Earth strategy. You can see Matt here deploying the smokescreen tactic of shuffling in your entire sideboard.
Yeah.
Swiftly removing those Sulfur Elementals, however. White creatures, not really a concern in this matchup.
No.
He is keeping in a Flusterstorm there. Just a really cheap, easy way to interact. Ooh, Vapor Snag.
There we go.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Grafdigger's Cage.
No, not really. Yeah.
Who's thinking about it?
Really. Yeah, just having it's always good to recheck these Grafdigger's Cage style cards because they have a lot of text and they stop things you might not even imagine.
For sure,
you know?
for sure.
Yeah, that Lavamancer swiftly leaving the deck there. I think the Stormchaser Mage is also very important here. Just being able to block Merit Large for a turn. That's what you really need. Price of Progress, not really something he's keeping in this matchup where Scott's going to have either 3 lands or 1 land most of the time.
That's right.
You also saw a Surgical Extraction from Matt as a nod to maybe if you can survive one combo, just taking out the others.
It looked to me like he took it out or maybe he kept one of them in.
Yeah, I think he kept one of them.
Okay, yep.
And Scott here looking at about 2 to 3 Abrupt Decays, some Deeds, and that Not of This World.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, boy. Although how he lost that game was not a removal spell in the Merit Lage. He assembled his combo.
Yeah.
It just wasn't good enough.
It feels bad to be a turn slower when you've got a 2020 flyer out
like he turned 3 made a 2020 flyer. Not good enough. No. Not good enough, buddy.
Only in Legacy, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, we see Not of This World, the 2 Deeds, and the 3 Abrupt Decays.
Yeah, good call.
What do you think he's boarding an Abrupt Decay for? Just to be able to decay a flyer?
I think so, yeah. Or just to slow down the beats. Like we saw how much damage the prowess creatures like
definitely,
and Stormchaser Mage will do.
He's pretty liberal with just getting rid of that green mana, right?
Yeah.
Just getting it right out of there. He's not interested in keeping a consistent mana base in play. Some last minute changes there from Matt. Maybe reconsidering the Surgical Extraction, thinking that if the combo has been executed, maybe surgicaling it is not going to be good enough because there's still a 2020 in play and he wants to race.
Yeah, that's right.
Although in that matchup, being able to play spells for free, well, essentially free, was incredibly important.
Oh, that's so true. Yeah. I'd pay 2 life to get me a bit closer to winning the game.
Definitely. Even if you're just surgically extracting, I don't know, like a crop rotation or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Doesn't matter if you're getting those good priority triggers.
Looking back at the room now, we can see we've got 30 players here for our just Friday Night Magic Legacy event. We've also got Standard going on, and tonight is the release of Commander Anthology. So we've got a lot of stuff going on in the store right now. Awesome to see such a big Legacy scene at the moment. Yeah,
it's truly inspiring. I'm from Canberra, and we've seen a tremendous growth in the Legacy community over the past 6 months through the efforts of Canberra MTG. We have our YouTube channel, youtube.com//Canberra MTG, CBR MTG, sorry. We upload fortnightly Legacy videos with commentary.
Yeah, it's awesome. Stuff like CBR MTG and other content producers on YouTube pushing Legacy is really doing a great job of bringing the format to light and showing off how cool it can be.
Leading there with a Swiss Spear. Scott follows back with a Thoughtseize. Ooh, Daze. I mean, he gets something, and that's what he wants. Just get rid of a counterspell, basically. The information Matt gets to keep here is tremendous, though.
Yes.
Just Scott having no idea what's going on in his hand is a real boon. Ooh, that is a tell, though. Playing that Mystical Rainforest is a real tell from Scott. If he's an astute player, he'll pick up on the fact that Matt's hand might be a little bit flooded.
Okay, right.
if you're not going to deploy a land like a volcanic island when your opponent knows about it, and you just play out a fetch, it gives a lot of information. Maybe he's thinking about like playing a land of brainstorming next turn.
Okay,
And
right.
here we see him cracking the fetch for a spell pierce.
Yeah, that Sylvan Scrying's not going to fly. Looking at Scott's hand now, he's got a crop rotation in there too. 2 copies of Dark Depths. Looks like a
Abrupt Decay, yeah, and a Verdant Catacombs there. So he's set up for having a bunch of lands and at least technically 2 pieces of his combo. And he's seen 2 spots of counter magic out of Matt, which means that it's unclear how many more pieces of counter magic Matt can have. Oh, another crop rotation there. That's quite good.
That's huge because it means that Scott can just push through all of Matt's counter magic and just keep trying.
Yeah, he will eventually run out of green sources though. He's only got 2 and another one in hand. So he, although the combo is cheap to activate, it's only 2 mana. You do need 2 mana plus the Thespian stage.
Yeah.
So you've got to have 2 mana Thespian stage and the Dark Depths. So if these crop rotations keep on happening and keep on getting countered from Matt, we could see him kind of run out of sources to actually go off.
Yeah, for sure.
The Urborg is sometimes so crucial because it just reduces the amount of mana sources you need by such a significant amount. Because unfortunately, Dark Depths, although it's a land, doesn't tap for mana. They don't really do those anymore. People get confused. I remember the first time I saw Dark Depths, I was like, it adds colorless snow mana, right?
Yeah, of course
it's
it does.
It's a land, taps for mana, right?
And we saw Urborg pulling its weight in the last game. Scott activating his Thespian stage on turn 3.
Oh, Matt looks mighty flooded here. I see it.
Oh, wow.
2 tons, a snow-covered mountain, a volcanic island. Ugh, gross. Yuck, 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 yuck. If only Scott had resolved that Thoughtseize, he would have... I can see why Matt dazed here. Just the benefit of protecting the information that he has nothing.
Because as far as Scott knows, Matt has 4 days in hand. Oh, yeah, 3 and 4, you know.
Like he has a bunch of counter magic. That's why he hasn't been deploying cantrips to pump the Swift Spear.
Yeah.
He hasn't been bolting his face to get that extra damage. We see crop rotation for the Urborg, then crop rotation for the Thespian stage. Clever girl.
And that gives him the mana he needs, yeah.
This means he's going to have a 20/20 attacking next turn, so Matt needs to draw something real good off this Cataxian Probe. We'll put a lot of pressure on this Cataxian Probe.
He pulled out for him last game. We'll see if the Probe gets in there this game.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Ooh, that Bajuka Bog in the main deck. Ooh. Really take care of Grim Lavamancer, I guess.
That's great.
Yeah, there must be a main deck call. Just adding a bit of versatility to that Sylvan Scrying crop rotation package.
Yeah.
I imagine the old Bajuka Bog in response to a reanimation spell must feel mighty good. Yeah, right, we're going to see a concession here. Yeah. Just that 20/20 was too much. At least we get to see a game 3 here. It's exciting with Matt on the play there.
All right, interesting game. Cool to see. Like you said, it's going to be a very fast game, or it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
And we just saw 2 very fast ones.
Definitely. Unfortunately, Matt really needed to draw like a brainstorm there. He just wanted a brainstorm. Just put some of those lands back in the deck and then get a fetch and just get him out again. You know, like just really needs to see a bit more card selection.
All right, Scott's showing off his deeds in Abrupt Decays here.
Yeah, not really sure what why is showing off that
intimidation, mate. Intimidation.
Yeah, I guess.
Looks like they're chatting about their sideboards.
Yeah. Surely we have a game 3 here, and they know that, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe did we miss something in game 1? Maybe Matt just didn't think he had enough damage. He had enough damage, right? 14, 6 off the Swift Spears. Then the Bolt did 3, so that's 9.
We've got someone messaging us on Twitch here. It says that
Lost game 1 because he played the Swift Spear, so he had Bolt and Chain Lightning if you probed into land he won.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, there you go.
I could have sworn we saw him get that win there. Wow. Maybe our life totals. There you go.
Well, there you go.
So it looks like Matt might have missed that win there. There you go. All right. So looks like Scott got the win there. With Turbo Depths.
Couple quick games from Turbo Death.
Yeah. Very interesting games. It's interesting to see the result of that first one.
Yeah.
Totally missed out on that one.
It's a deck that's really kind of taken Legacy by storm, and without Miracles in the format, it just gets so much better.
Okay. So Miracles was a good counter to that deck?
I think so, because just having so many counter spells and having once they go counter top on, you just can't assemble your combo.
Okay, because all your things are ones and twos.
You can't tutor for your combo. And Terminus is just such an efficient answer to it.
Okay.
And they have the plows, maybe they have some Snapcasters, like even having Jace, like you just they have so many things that interact with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning into that round 2. We'll be live all night streaming the rest of the matches. We're going to head off for now, and stay tuned.
See you later. Thanks for joining us.